Hello, everybody. It is I, Art Deco, back again with another episode of Art Deco Opinions. If you don't know what that means, that sucks. So, today on the agenda, we will be reviewing Dragula Titans Season 2, Episode 5, The Holiday of Horrors. So, this episode, obviously, Holiday of Horrors, a recreation of the season 6 challenge, I believe. The monsters were tasked with creating a Holiday of Horrors look, choosing whatever holiday they like, and alongside that, they have to do an act of filth on the runway. I love that they're really incorporating filth more into certain challenges. You know, there was a couple seasons where filth wasn't really focused on too much, but the past few seasons have definitely focused on making sure there's filth in the season. So I'm really happy about that. So before we get into the challenge, we do have to mention that the bottom four last week, Jaharia, Abora, Dahlia, and Zava, that was crazy. Abora going to the hospital, crazy. We get to them coming into the boudoir, and we find out that both Dahlia and Zava have gone home. This is one of the few double eliminations that's ever happened in Dragula. I believe there's only been one other one with Loris and Xochi. I don't remember a time where two people got eliminated since then, but it was a gag, especially considering those two were definitely, I saw them doing way better than they did considering their previous seasons. But I'm happy we still have Jaharia and Abora, because those are definitely some of my favorite monsters of the season. So let's get into the looks. Well, I'm gonna scoot over. You know what I do. You know what I do. First up is Abora. She is doing Christmas. Oh my god. This is one of the best looks in Dragula history. Like, the scale of it, like the Boule said, this is the biggest look that's ever been on the Dragula stage, and like, it is ginormous. She's known for her stilts. A couple of people have come out on stilts, but no one has ever done it like this. Her headpiece is huge. Her garment is wide. She is a literal tree with branches and stuff. And alongside that, she has a skinned person hanging in, and a bunch of ball sacks hanging in the tree too. This is so sickening. For her act of filth, she ate the ball sacks. And I just think she killed this. She was in character the whole time, even during critiques. This was so good. Like, this is literally one of my favorite looks of all time. I love Abora's mind. I'm so happy she's like fully back in the game after Titans 1. Like, the season feels so refreshing. It's like she's doing even better than season 2. Like, I'm just so happy with it. Next up is JK. JK did Mardi Gras, one of the few original holidays for this challenge. I love this look just as much as Abora's. This was so original, so fun. This clowny goblin moment, and the faces where one of them literally throws up, like the act of filth of like them not only just eating the slimy cake, but also the back face spewing vomit and green slime. That was so good. I think this was one of the best like acts of filth on the runway. I think this was perfectly perfect. This fit the theme so well. It was scary. It was funny. It was gross. I was obsessed. JK literally, like, this feels so evolved from their last season where half the runways were just like, "Rrr." But these runways have been top tier. Like, I'm so excited for JK. If they keep this up, this is definitely going to be like their season. Next up, we have Sigourney Beaver. And Sigourney was doing Independence Day, and I'm so happy she didn't just do the red, white, and blue shit that we usually get, like the last time we got it. She was dressed as the Statue of Liberty, and for her act of filth, she, satisfied herself on the stage with the torch. This is the filthiest she's ever gotten. This is the creepiest she's ever gotten. This is probably one of her best, if not her best, showing ever. Like, on both seasons. I think this was perfect. Was it my favorite? No. I think it was good for her, but I still want a little more from her in terms of the filth and the horror. But this is like a great direction. If she can keep this up, I really think she's going to make it far. Next up, we have Blackberry doing Thanksgiving. The visual aspect of this look is so good, from the waist up, just like the turkey covered in the food. And then the table is such a good idea. I think one major issue is that the tablecloth is the same color as her costume. So it kind of like all blends in a negative way, and the food is all kind of this beigey color too. So it kind of blends in with the table. I think if the tablecloth was like a little different, like if it was like a pretty tablecloth that was covered in food and stuff like that, I think that would have read much better for filth than it being like a dirty, gross colored tablecloth. And then her act of filth was pouring gravy on herself, which I think was fine. She didn't do enough gravy. And then the worst part of her runway was that the table fell apart. And not only did it fall apart, she wasn't wearing anything underneath. Like, you could just see that she was bare underneath. Like, there was nothing interesting underneath. There was no costume. And I'm like, so you're going to spend all this time making this elaborate costume and you're not going to have legs? Like, that's crazy. Like, it wouldn't even be that hard. I think she missed the mark in some spots, but this was such a stellar look. I was obsessed with the visual. It's just the performance and like the craftsmanship, I think, just let this down a lot. Girl, camera move. Girl, bye. Please, please. Next up, we have Eva Destruction, and I'm gonna be honest, I hate this look. Eva is such an incredible drag artist. Eva is such an incredible costume designer and like has some of the best costumes in Dragula history. This was such a letdown. This like just felt mismatched, like hodgepodge couture. I can't remember their names. The Big Boule said the wings were so well constructed. I would have to agree. I think if you can see, I think it was such a bold choice to make the straps of the arms, like where the wings connect, a bright color that you can see. Like, it looks costumey. And I know that's like such a bad word, but when I say costumey, I mean like this wasn't built to like you don't look like you were trying to be this. You look like you're dressed up as it. Because like why would you have why would the straps on your arm be like a bright gold color? So then it shows that it doesn't look like you have wings. It looks like you have wings attached to your arms with fabric. And I think that's just such a tacky choice. And then the costume wasn't much better either. I think without the two dangling hearts, it doesn't read Valentine's Day at all. Like, it's just such an odd costume. I did not enjoy it at all. I think the act of filth was boring. I really need people to start doing more than just eating some guts or something on the stage for their act of filth. I need people to get really filthy. Someone needs to doo-doo on the stage. I'm getting really bored. Next up, we have Jaharia. She is doing Christmas. I think it was cute. I think she definitely looks scary. The act of filth is not coming to my mind. I think she just like pulled out Santa's head or something and was like doing stuff to it. I don't remember. It was kind of forgettable. Like, the performance was forgettable. I like the shape of the pants and I like the headpiece. As you know, I like a little headpiece. But I think she did fine. She was definitely safe, and I'm glad that she wasn't in the bottom again, because I need my girl to slay, because she's one of my favorites. So I'm really excited to see what more she does. I think this costume was really good. I just think the performance could have elevated it even more. And she probably could have been in the top if it was just like more, I don't know, more something. Next up, we have Cynthia Doll. And first of all, I have to wake it up. She is reheating my nachos. This is her look. And this is my look that I've done like 3 years ago. She wants to be me so bad. Cynthia Doll, I'm coming for my money. I'm coming for my money. What do you mean you're dressed up as a giant man-eating heart? I did that first. I'm coming for you. And my lawyers. Anyways. No, but for serious, I loved this look. The giant scale of the giant heart before she revealed was amazing. Do I think it was scary? Not particularly. It was definitely monsterish, but I feel like a monster, just because you're a monster doesn't mean you're scary. So I think that this was like, it was fine. It wasn't super scary. Her act of filth was once again eating guts. Didn't really shock me. Didn't really make me feel filthy. I think it would have been better if she like ripped open like a heart on her chest and it like came out and then she ate it from there. But it was literally just on the stage and then she just got down and was like, nom, 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 nom. Bitch, you could do so much better than that. And you didn't. You're pissing me off. Do better. Next up is Priscilla Chambers, and she is doing Father's Day. I loved this. Like, is it the most grand look? No. But the story and the meaning behind it was like so heartbreaking. Like, could it have been more? Yeah, I think she should have done a little more with the costuming. But like overall, I just loved this concept. The look, not my favorite, but I still think it was really put together well. So, spoiler alert, do I think her elimination was justified? No. Was it the bottom worthy? I don't know. I think she could have been low. I think the one issue was just, it wasn't super big compared to everyone else's costumes, who I feel like everyone had pretty big looks. So I think that's just the one thing that brought her down. But like, I love the performance. I love the look a little bit. And it was just so good. And a unique holiday. It wasn't freaking Christmas or Valentine's Day. Like, she did a holiday that like people wouldn't think of. And I'm happy about it. So, last but not least, it is Disasterina. She's doing Christmas and she is dressed up as Krampus. Do I agree with the Boulets that this is a little on the nose for the challenge? Yeah. I think picking to do Krampus for a Holiday of Horrors challenge is kind of boring. Because I feel like this challenge should be more about like taking something that's not scary and making it scary. I think that works better than just doing a scary character already. But I didn't hate this look. I think it was a little small and like boring, but it wasn't bad. And then her act of filth was like the heads opening and she was eating the brains. I think that was meh. The props were just not propping correctly, but I love Disasterina. So I want her to succeed in everything, and I'm just always team Disasterina. But this look was not my favorite. So as for my favorite looks this week, I would definitely have to pick Abora and JK. I think Abora was definitely my number one, but JK was very close behind. Honestly, this could have been the first double win of the season because I think both did really good. But they were just so good. As for my least favorite, honestly, I think it's gonna have to be Disasterina and Eva. I just think that like Disasterina's was just too small and wasn't like very original, and I think Eva's was just like not good. Like Eva's might be my least favorite now. I still kind of dislike Disasterina's more. They're kind of even. I think Eva just, this was not my favorite. This was not my favorite Eva showing. And I think she deserved bottom for this, just because like Priscilla's story was so good. Everything about it was so good. It was so unique. I think Eva did something that was just kind of like meh. So yeah, I think Priscilla was robbed. So for placements, Abora wins. I agree. JK and Sigourney were high. I agree. I think JK could have won, but makes sense. Bottom three was Cynthia, Disasterina, and Priscilla. Do I agree? No. I think Eva should have been in the bottom over either Priscilla or Cynthia. I did not like it. I didn't like it. So the bottom two don't get to do an extermination this time. They have to walk up on the stairs, and the Boulets call Disasterina's name. She drops. Everyone's really upset. I love Disasterina so much, so it really sucked seeing her go home. And then they call Priscilla's name, and she also drops. Oh my god, my heart freaking broke. Because not only did she not deserve bottom, she didn't deserve to go home for this. I think the double elimination makes sense considering the fact that there's so many people in the competition. But I do not think this was the episode for it. I do not think that she deserved it. I'm just like, I'm so upset. It felt like a stunt to be a stunt. And I know a lot of people are upset about it. I'm upset about it too. She was like on her incline and I'm just so mad about it. Like like it makes sense for why they did that, but I'm just upset. Overall, my thoughts on the episode. I liked the challenge. There was definitely huge standouts. There was definitely not huge standouts. Um, I think it could have been filthier. I don't think people are just not original with their filth anymore. So I think that's a big problem. But besides that, whatever. Um, and then the elimination just left a sour taste in my mouth because I don't even think one of the bottoms deserved to be in the bottom. So, meh.
I'm just adding it in because I completely forgot to talk about the drama this episode. But Cynthia Black Bear are still fighting. Very camp, very fun. Cynthia's going crazy. JK and Sigourney fought this episode a little bit about like filth and stuff. JK and Jaharia sort of have an alliance, but Jaharia like immediately told Sigourney and Eva about it pretty much, which I think was like, ooh. And then I don't think there's any other drama. I mean, all the drama really went home last episode, so that's it. I just wanted to say that. So yeah, sorry I'm out of drag. I don't really care.
And then we get to the Hellbound showdown with Jade Jolie and Dahlia Black. Jade Jolie does what's that thing? Groundhog's Day, and Dahlia does Easter. And I would definitely have to give it to Jade just simply because it's such an original concept, and her act of filth was better. She was literally eating worms, while Dahlia like hammered rabbit stuffed animals to a cross. Yeah, sure. So Jade wins. I agree. And I didn't say this before, but we get a message that says Zava has been disqualified and will not be in the Hellbound showdown. And I heard that she wasn't disqualified like as her elimination. She was eliminated and then she was disqualified from the Hellbound showdown. Do I know why? No, but that's what I heard. So Jade's moving on. I'm happy. The world is good. That is the end of this episode. I enjoyed it. Was it my favorite? No. I'm excited for the next week. They announced that it was Ghost Town, which is odd because they never announce it before the episode. So I'm really excited. I expect Abora to slay. I expect JK to slay. And that's all I can really predict because those two are definitely the most animated, like weird people. So I'm excited. So with that, that is the end of this. Have a good night, y'all.